You came back. That means you're invested in Isabella and Jae Sung's story, and I love that. If you haven't watched part 1 yet, the link is in the description and pinned in the comments. Go watch it first. This won't make sense otherwise. For everyone else, welcome back. Hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and let me know in the comments what you think is about to happen. Because things are about to get intense. Let's dive in. Isabella wakes to sunlight streaming through floor-to-ceiling windows and the feeling of Jae Sung's arm wrapped around her waist. For a moment, she just lies there, processing. She's in his penthouse. She spent the night. Heat floods her face at the memory. I can feel you blushing, Jae Sung murmurs against her neck. What are you thinking about? Nothing. Liar. He pulls her closer. You're thinking about last night? Maybe. Good. So am I. Isabella turns in his arms to face him. Morning light catches in his dark hair, softens the sharp angles of his face. He looks younger like this. More open. Hi, she says. Hi. He kisses her forehead. How did you sleep? Better than I have in months. Same. His hand traces patterns on her back. I could get used to this. To what? Waking up next to you, having you here, not having to say goodnight and watch you leave. Isabella's heart does something complicated. Jae Sung? I know, it's too soon. We've only been together 3 weeks. I'm moving too fast. You're moving exactly as fast as I want you to. He smiles. Yeah? Yeah. She kisses him softly. But I should probably go home eventually, get some clean clothes, check my mail. Remember what my own apartment looks like. Or, he says, his thumb tracing her lower lip. You could keep a drawer here. Some clothes, toothbrush. Make it easier for nights like this. A drawer? Unless that's too domestic for 3 weeks. It's very domestic for 3 weeks. Is that a yes or a no? Isabella considers. They're moving fast, probably too fast. Any reasonable person would pump the brakes. But she's been in love with him for 3 months. She doesn't want to pump the brakes. It's a yes, she says, but just one drawer. Don't get ahead of yourself. Jae Sung's smile could light the city. One drawer. Got it. They stay in bed until noon, talking and kissing and mapping each other's bodies like territory to be claimed. It's perfect. It's too perfect. Isabella should have known it wouldn't last. The first sign of trouble comes on Monday morning. Isabella arrives at the gallery at her usual 8 a.m., coffee in hand, ready to continue cataloguing the new acquisitions. Mrs. Choi looks worried. Mr. Park wants to see you, she says, immediately. Is everything okay? I don't know. He's been in meetings since 6 a.m. He looks stressed. Isabella's stomach tightens. She takes the elevator to Jae Sung's office, her mind racing through possibilities. Did something happen with his family? The business? Did his mother change her mind about tolerating Isabella? The office doors are closed. She knocks. Come in. Jae Sung is standing by the windows, his back to the door. Even from behind, Isabella can see the tension in his shoulders. You wanted to see me? She says. Close the door. She does. When he turns to face her, his expression is carefully blank. The professional mask is back. Isabella's heart sinks. We have a problem, he says. What kind of problem? The kind that involves you. He pulls out his phone, shows her a photograph. It's of them. Last night, outside his building, his hand on her face, her looking up at him like he's the center of her universe. Where did this come from? Isabella asks. A reporter from one of Seoul's tabloids. They're running a story tomorrow about the Park Hare's secret relationship with his American employee. Can you stop them? I can try. But the photo is out there. Once one paper has it, others will follow. He sets down his phone. This is what I was worried about. My life isn't private. Every relationship I've ever had has been dissected by the media. I can handle some media attention. It's not just media attention, Isabella. It's everything that comes with it. Reporters following you, photographers camping outside your apartment, every detail of your life examined and judged publicly. He runs a hand through his hair, frustrated. And that's just the media. There are other concerns. What other concerns? My family has enemies. People who would love to find a weakness, something to exploit. His eyes meet hers, dark with something that looks like fear. You're that weakness now. The words land like a blow. So, what are you saying? Isabella asks. Her voice sounds strange. That we should break up because I'm a liability? No. God, no. He crosses to her, takes her hands. I'm saying we need to be careful. I'm saying I need to increase your security. I'm saying this is going to get harder before it gets easier. I can handle hard. Can you handle death threats? Isabella goes cold. What? When my last relationship went public, she started receiving threats. Letters, emails, messages on social media, people saying she was using me, that she wasn't good enough, that they'd make her pay for corrupting a park. Did they follow through? No, because I ended the relationship before it got that far. His jaw tightens. I'm not ending this one, but I need you to understand what you're signing up for. Isabella processes this. Death threats, constant media scrutiny, being judged by an entire country. All because she fell in love with the wrong man, or the right man with the wrong last name. I understand, she says quietly. Do you? Because once this story breaks, there's no going back. Everyone will know. Your life will change. I understand, she repeats, and I'm staying. Relief floods Jae-sung's expression. You're sure? I'm terrified, but I'm sure. He kisses her then, deep and desperate. I'll protect you, he murmurs against her lips. I swear, Isabella, nothing will touch you. You can't promise that? Watch me. The story breaks Tuesday morning. Park airs secret romance. Gallery owner, dating American employee. The photo is front page. Isabella and Jae-sung, caught in a moment of intimacy, now dissected for public consumption. The article is not kind. It questions Isabella's qualifications, suggests she's using Jae-sung for money and status, implies their relationship violates professional ethics. By noon, Isabella's Instagram is flooded with messages. Most are supportive, gallery colleagues, art world friends, people she barely knows sending encouragement. But some are vicious. Gold digger. You're not good enough for him. Go back to America. He's only with you because you're easy. Isabella turns off her phone. Ignore them, Jae-sung says. They're in his office, the blinds drawn against the photographers who've gathered outside the building. They don't know you. They don't know us. They know enough to have opinions. Their opinions don't matter. They matter to your family. Jae-sung's silence is answer enough. His phone rings. He glances at the screen, sighs. It's my mother. I need to take this. I'll give you privacy. No, stay. He answers, switching to Korean. Isabella doesn't speak Korean fluently, but she catches enough to understand the gist. Mrs. Park is not happy. The conversation lasts 10 minutes. Jae-sung's responses are clipped, his expression growing colder with each exchange. Finally, he hangs up. What did she say? Isabella asks. That this is a disaster, that I should have been more discreet, that you're making the family look bad. Maybe she's right. She's not right, He stops, jaw clenching. She's protecting the family name. That's what she does. But I don't care about the family name. I care about you. Jae-sung, no. Listen to me. He takes her hands. My mother will come around. The media will move on to the next scandal. The threats will stop. But you and I? We're real. That's what matters. Isabella wants to believe him. But later that day, the first threat arrives. An email to the gallery's general inbox, forwarded to Isabella by a concerned staff member. Tell the American whore to leave Korea or she'll regret it. Simple, direct, chilling. Isabella shows it to Jae-sung. His face goes cold. This ends now, he says. What are you going to do? Whatever I have to. That night, Jae-sung takes her to meet someone. They drive to a nondescript building in Gangnam. Underground parking. Elevator that requires a key card. They're meeting his brother. Minho is waiting in what looks like a high-tech security office. Monitors line the walls, showing camera feeds from across the city. So, Minho says, looking at Isabella, you're causing quite a stir. Apparently. My brother says you're receiving threats. One so far. There will be more. Minho pulls up a file on his computer. I've been tracking chatter on certain forums. You're mentioned in at least 15 different threads. Most of it is harmless gossip. Some of it is concerning. He shows her screenshots, discussions about where she lives, her daily routine, speculation about teaching her a lesson. Isabella's stomach turns. This is what happens, Minho says, not unkindly. When you date a Park, you become a target. I can handle it. Can you? Because these people are serious. Last year, someone targeted the daughter of a rival family. She ended up in the hospital. Minho, Jae-sung says sharply. She needs to know what she's facing. I know what I'm facing, Isabella says. I'm not stupid. I know this is dangerous, but I'm not leaving. Minho studies her for a long moment. Then he nods. Okay. Then we protect you properly. He pulls up another screen. I'm assigning a security team, 2 guards, rotating shifts. They'll be discreet, but they'll be there. That seems excessive. It's necessary, Jae-sung interrupts. Please, Isabella, let me do this. Let me keep you safe. The fear in his voice decides it. Okay, she says. Security team it is. The next 3 weeks are surreal. Isabella has bodyguards. Actual bodyguards who follow her to the grocery store and sit outside her apartment and check every email before she reads it. The media attention intensifies. More photos, more articles, more speculation about whether the relationship will last. Mrs. Park calls Jae-sung daily, each conversation leaving him tenser than the last. The gallery board holds an emergency meeting about the optics of their relationship. Through it all, Jae-sung is her anchor. He's there every morning with coffee, every night with dinner, every moment in between with steady, unwavering support. I'm sorry, he says one night. They're in his apartment, surrounded by takeout containers and exhaustion. I'm sorry you have to deal with all of this. It's not your fault. It is. You wouldn't be going through this if you weren't with me. Then I'm glad I'm with you. Isabella cups his face. Stop apologizing for things you can't control. I should have protected you better. You're protecting me perfectly. I have bodyguards, a security team monitoring online threats. You've done everything you can. It's not enough. It's enough for me. He kisses her like she's oxygen and he's drowning. Later, lying in bed, Isabella's phone buzzes. Unknown number. She almost doesn't answer, but something makes her pick up. Hello? Isabella Torres? A woman's voice. Unfamiliar. Who is this? Someone who knows what Jae-sung Park really is. Meet me tomorrow, Gangnam Station, exit 10, noon. Come alone. I'm not going to... You will, if you want to know the truth about your boyfriend's father, about why he really died, about what Jae-sung is hiding from you. The line goes dead. Isabella stares at her phone. Beside her, Jae-sung sleeps peacefully. She should tell him about the call. She should ignore it completely. Instead, she finds herself wondering what truth the woman is talking about. What is Jae-sung hiding? The next day, Isabella tells her bodyguards she's having lunch with a friend. She loses them in a department store, slips out a side exit, takes a taxi to Gangnam Station, or exit 10 at noon. A woman in her 40s waits there. Professional attire, expensive handbag, the kind of polish that speaks to wealth. Ms. Torres, the woman extends her hand. Thank you for coming. I'm Lee Minji. What do you want? To warn you. May we speak somewhere private? They end up in a nearby cafe. Private booth in the back. Minji orders tea. Isabella orders nothing. I'm going to be direct, Minji says. Jae-sung Park is not who you think he is. He's been honest with me about his family's business. Has he? Has he told you how his father really died? Isabella's stomach tightens. Heart attack, 5 years ago. That's the official story. The truth is more complicated. Minji pulls out a folder. slides it across the table. Inside are photographs, documents, bank statements. Park Jae-sung's father was murdered, Minji says quietly, by a rival family because he was trying to go legitimate, just like Jae-sung is now. They saw it as betrayal. Isabella's hands shake as she looks through the documents. Why are you telling me this? Because Jae-sung is making the same mistake his father made. He thinks he can leave that world behind. He can't, and anyone close to him becomes a target. Minji's eyes are serious. Including you. I already know there are risks. You don't know the half of it. Last year, someone tried to kill Jae-sung. Car bomb. He survived because his driver took the car instead of him. The driver died. Ice floods Isabella's veins. He never told you that, did he? Minji leans forward. He's protecting you by keeping you ignorant. But ignorance won't save you. Knowledge will. Who are you? Why do you care? I was engaged to Jae-sung's father 20 years ago, before he chose family duty over love, before he married Jae-sung's mother, before he was murdered for trying to change. Minji's voice is steady, but there's pain underneath. I watched the Park family destroy the man I loved. I won't watch them destroy another person. That's why I'm warning you. Leave now, before it's too late. Isabella stares at the documents spread across the table. Car bomb, murder, secrets. Jae-sung kept all of this from her. I need to think, she says. Don't think too long. Every day you stay is another day you're in danger. Isabella gathers the documents, shoves them in her bag. She leaves the cafe in a daze. Her phone is ringing. Jae-sung. She doesn't answer. She needs time to process, to understand, or to figure out what's real and what's manipulation. But one thing is clear. Jae-sung has been keeping secrets. Big ones. And Isabella needs to know why. She goes to the gallery instead of going home. Jae-sung is in his office pacing, phone pressed to his ear. He looks up when she enters, relief flooding his face. She's here, he says into the phone. I'll call you back. He hangs up, crosses to her. Where have you been? Your security team said you lost them. I've been going insane. Why didn't you tell me about the car bomb? Jae-sung freezes. Who told you about that? Does it matter? Yes, it absolutely matters. His expression turns cold. Who told you? Lee Minji. She said she was engaged to your father. Recognition flashes across his face. Minji contacted you? She warned me about the danger, about your father's murder, about everything you've been keeping from me. I was protecting you. By lying? By not burdening you with things you didn't need to know. Didn't need to know. Isabella's voice rises. Someone tried to kill you. Your driver died instead of you. And you thought I didn't need to know that? Jae-sung runs a hand through his hair, frustrated. What good would it have done? It would have just scared you. I'm scared now. I'm terrified. She pulls out the documents. Is this true? Was your father murdered? Yes. And you're in the same danger he was? Possibly. Possibly? She stares at him. That's not good enough, Jae-sung. I need to know exactly what I'm dealing with. You're dealing with a man who loves you and is trying to keep you safe. By keeping secrets, by hiding the truth. They're both shouting now. Mrs. Choi pokes her head in. Is everything out? Jae-sung snaps. The door closes. He turns back to Isabella, his expression anguished. You want the truth? Fine. Here's the truth. He walks to his desk, pulls out another folder. My father was murdered because he tried to go legitimate. The same families that killed him are watching me, waiting for me to make a mistake. The car bomb was a warning. He throws the folder on the desk. I've been trying to dismantle my family's criminal operations for 5 years. Slowly, carefully, making it look like natural business evolution. But there are people who don't want that to happen. People who see me as a traitor. Why didn't you tell me this from the beginning? Because I thought I could protect you. I thought if I kept you separate from all of this, you'd be safe. His voice breaks. I can't lose you, Isabella. I can't watch another person I love die because of my family. The anger drains out of her. Jae-sung, my father died because he fell in love. because he chose his family over the woman he loved, and it destroyed him, because he spent 20 years trying to atone for that mistake and it got him killed. He's not looking at her now. I won't make his mistakes. I won't choose duty over love. But I also won't let love get you killed. Isabella crosses to him, takes his face in her hands. Look at me. He does. His eyes are wet. I'm not leaving, she says. No matter how dangerous this gets, no matter what your family says, no matter how many threats I receive, I'm not leaving. Isabella. But you have to stop protecting me by hiding things. I need the truth. All of it. I can't make informed decisions if I don't know what I'm facing. The truth is ugly. I can handle ugly. I can't handle lies. He searches her face. You really want to know everything? Everything. Okay. He takes a breath. Okay, but not here. Come with me. He takes her to a secure room in the building's basement. It looks like something out of a spy movie. Reinforced walls, no windows, a conference table surrounded by monitors. Minho is already there. She knows, Jae-sung says. His brother nods. Then we might as well brief her properly. For the next 2 hours, they explain everything. The Park family's criminal empire, the decades of money laundering, smuggling, protection rackets, Jae-sung's 5-year plan to go legitimate, the businesses he's slowly divested, the operations he's shut down, the families who see this as betrayal, the Kim family especially, the threats, the attempts on Jae-sung's life, the reasons security is so tight, and the car bomb. A year ago, Minho explains, pulling up photos on the monitor, someone planted explosives in Jae-sung's car. Our driver, Mr. Hwang, discovered it when he did his morning inspection. He shows Isabella a photograph of a mangled vehicle. Mr. Hwang called to warn Jae-sung. Then he drove the car away from the building to a safe location. It detonated before he could get clear. Isabella's stomach turns. He saved my life, Jae-sung says quietly, and lost his own doing it. We traced it back to the Kim family, Minho continues, but we couldn't prove it, couldn't retaliate without starting a full-scale war. So what did you do? We strengthened security. I increased surveillance, accelerated the timeline for going legitimate. Jae-sung meets her eyes. And I stopped dating, stopped letting anyone get close, because I couldn't risk another person dying because of me. Until me, Isabella says. Until you. He takes her hand. You were supposed to be temporary. A professional relationship. Someone I could admire from a distance without getting attached. How'd that work out? Terribly. I fell in love with you anyway. Minho clears his throat. This is very touching, but we have bigger problems. Lee Min-ji contacting Isabella isn't random. Someone sent her. Who? Isabella asks. Probably the same people who want Jae-sung to fail. They're trying to scare you off. They're doing a good job. Are you scared off? Minho asks. Isabella looks at Jae-sung, at the fear in his eyes. The love. The desperation. No, she says, I'm staying. Relief floods Jae-sung's expression. Then we protect you better, Minho says. No more losing your security team. No more secret meetings. If someone contacts you, you tell us immediately. Agreed. And you move in with Jae-sung. It's easier to protect you in one secure location. Isabella blinks. Move in? It makes sense strategically, Minho continues like he's discussing a business merger. His penthouse has superior security, guards on every floor, controlled access. It's the safest place for you. Isabella looks at Jae-sung. Is this what you want? I want you safe. If that means you move in, yes. Absolutely. We've been dating a month. So? So that's fast. Everything about us has been fast. He steps closer. You left your diary on my desk and 3 hours later we were together. I've been in love with you for 3 months. Fast stopped mattering a long time ago. He has a point. Okay, Isabella says. I'll move in. Really? Really? But I'm keeping my apartment, just in case. In case of what? In case you're secretly a serial killer and this is all an elaborate trap. Jae-sung laughs. Actually laughs. Even Minho cracks a smile. Fair enough, Jae-sung says. Keep your apartment. I'll even help pay the rent. Absolutely not. Isabella. No. I keep my financial independence. That's non-negotiable. He studies her for a moment, then nods. Okay. Your independence is yours. I won't touch it. Good. They stare at each other. Are you two going to kiss now? Minho asks. Because I'd rather not witness that. Get out, Jae-sung says. His brother leaves, still smiling. The door closes. Jae-sung pulls Isabella close. Are you sure about this? He asks. Once you move in, once we're living together, there's no going back. The media will have a field day. My mother will lose her mind, and you'll be even more of a target. I know. And you're still choosing this? Choosing me? I'm choosing us. There's a difference. He kisses her then, soft and sweet and full of promise. I love you, he murmurs against her lips. I should have said it before. I love you, Isabella Torres. Completely. Hopelessly. Forever. I love you too, she whispers, even though you're dramatic and overprotective and come with death threats. Especially because of those things? Especially despite those things. They stay like that for a long moment, are just holding each other in a secure room in the basement of a gallery, surrounded by monitors and secrets and the weight of everything they're choosing. We should go, Jae-sung says eventually. Start packing your things. Now? No time like the present. Plus, I really want you in my space, in my bed, in my life properly. Isabella smiles. You're very romantic when you want to be. I'm very in love. It brings out my romantic side. They take the elevator back up to the main gallery. Mrs. Choi looks relieved to see them both calm. Everything resolved? She asks. Everything's good, Jae-sung confirms. Isabella's moving in. Can you arrange for a moving service? Mrs. Choi doesn't even blink. Of course, when? This weekend. I'll handle it. As they walk to the parking garage, Isabella's phone buzzes. Unknown number again. She shows Jae-sung. Don't answer it, he says. What if it's important? If it's important, they'll leave a message. The phone stops ringing. A text comes through. You made the wrong choice. You'll regret it. Jae-sung reads it over her shoulder. His expression goes cold. Forward that to Minho. He'll trace it. Do you think they'll actually do something? I think they'll try, but they won't succeed. His arm tightens around her waist. I've got you. I promise. Isabella leans into him. She's choosing danger. She's choosing complications. She's choosing a life that terrifies her. But she's also choosing love. And sometimes, love is worth the risk. Hold on a second. If you're still with us, hit that like button. We're almost to the end, and it gets even better. Subscribe so you never miss a story. Now, let's see how this ends. So, 6 months later, Isabella stands in the park gallery, surrounded by art critics and collectors, presenting her latest exhibition. Abstract Expressionism and Eastern Influence has been 6 months in the making. A culmination of everything she's learned working in Korea, everything she's discovered about bridging Western and Eastern art traditions. It's being called groundbreaking. The collection is already generating acquisition interest from major museums. Isabella has arrived as a curator. But more importantly, she's survived. 6 months of living with Jae-sung. 6 months of media scrutiny. 6 months of threats and security and navigating the complicated world of being with a park. The threats never materialized into actual violence. Minho's team traced most of them back to jealous online trolls with no real power. The Kim family, it turned out, had bigger problems than Jae-sung's love life. A federal investigation into their operations had them scrambling to protect their own interests. And Mrs. Park? She's sitting in the front row of the gallery right now, looking almost proud. It took 6 months, exactly as she'd predicted, but she's come around. Last week, she'd invited Isabella to lunch. Just the two of them. You've lasted longer than I expected, Mrs. Park had said over tteokbokki. Most women run within 3 months. I'm not most women. No, you're not. Mrs. Park had studied her. You love my son. I do. And you make him happy. I see it. He smiles more, works less, looks at life like it's worth living instead of just surviving. He makes me happy too. Good. Then you have my blessing, officially. It wasn't a warm embrace. Mrs. Park wasn't built for warm embraces, but it was acceptance. Real acceptance. Isabella would take it. Now presenting her exhibition to a room full of people who 6 months ago didn't know her name, Isabella feels like she's exactly where she's supposed to be. Jae-sung stands to the side, watching with undisguised pride. When she finishes her presentation and the applause erupts, he's the first one on his feet. Their eyes meet across the room. He mouths, "I love you," she mouths back, "I know." After the exhibition, after the critics have left and the collectors have placed their bids and the gallery has emptied, Isabella finds Jae-sung on the rooftop. Seoul spreads out below them, city lights glittering like fallen stars. "You were magnificent," he says, pulling her into his arms. "They loved you. They loved the art. They loved you presenting the art, there's a difference." Isabella rests her head against his chest, listening to his heartbeat. 6 months, she says. 6 months, he agrees. Your mother said I've lasted longer than most. Most women don't have your spine, or stupidity, or courage. He tilts her chin up. You chose danger over safety, love over comfort, me over the easy path. That takes courage. I chose you because I love you. That's not courage. That's just being selfish. Then I'm glad you're selfish. He kisses her, and Isabella thinks about the diary that started all this. The embarrassing, honest, raw pages she never meant for him to see. The best mistake she ever made. "I have something for you," Jae-sung says. He pulls a small box from his pocket. Isabella's breath catches. "Or before you panic," he says quickly, "it's not what you think, or maybe it is. I don't know. I'm nervous." Jae-sung, just open it. Inside the box is a key, a car key. "You bought me a car?" "Not just any car. The Ferrari, the one from the photo that started all this media attention." Isabella stares at the key. "You bought me your Ferrari. Technically, I bought you a Ferrari. Same model. Less baggage." He's talking fast now. "I thought it was symbolic. This car represents the moment our relationship became public, the moment you chose to stay despite everything. I wanted you to have something that represents that choice. This is insane. I'm insane about you. So it fits." Isabella laughs. She can't help it. "I don't even know how to drive stick shift. I'll teach you. This car costs more than my entire education. And you're worth more than 1,000 of these cars." He closes her fingers around the key. "Please, let me do this. Let me give you something that shows how much you means to me." Isabella looks at the key, at Jae-sung, at the city spread out below them. 6 months ago, she was a struggling curator with student debt and impossible dreams. Now she's presenting groundbreaking exhibitions, living in a penthouse, dating a man who just gave her a Ferrari. Her life is completely surreal. "Okay," she says. "Okay. I'll take the car, but I'm naming it." "You're naming it?" "If I'm going to own a Ferrari, it's getting a name. Something ridiculous." Jae-sung grins. "What are you going to call it?" "Diary." He blinks. Diary?" "Because that's what started all this. Me leaving my diary where you could read it. Seems fitting." "You're naming a Ferrari diary?" "I'm naming my Ferrari diary. You don't get a vote." Jae-sung laughs, full, genuine, unrestrained laughter. "I love you," he says. "God, I love you so much." "I love you too, even though you're ridiculous and buy me cars and refuse to let me have any financial independence. You have financial independence. You just also have a Ferrari now. That's not how independence works. Take it up with Diary. Maybe she'll have opinions." Isabella shakes her head, smiling. They stand there on the rooftop, wrapped in each other, the city glittering below them. "Thank you," Jae-sung says quietly. "For what?" "For staying. For choosing this. For not running when things got hard." "Thank you for being worth staying for." He kisses her forehead. "I have one more thing to say." Another car? No, though I'm taking notes for future gift ideas. He takes her hands. Move in with me. Officially. Not just because of security or convenience, but because I want to build a life with you. Wake up next to you every morning. Come home to you every night. Make this real in every way that matters. I already moved in 6 months ago. You kept your apartment. You still have one foot out the door. That's not fair. I'm not saying it as an accusation. I'm saying I understand. You wanted an escape route, safety, the option to run if things went wrong. He squeezes her hands. I'm asking you to close that escape route, give up your apartment. Commit to this completely. Isabella's heart races. That's a big step. I know. What if we fight? What if it doesn't work? Then we'll figure it out, together. But I don't want you keeping a safety net because you're afraid I'll hurt you. I want you all in. Completely. No backup plans. That's terrifying. I know, but do it anyway. Isabella looks at him, at the man who read her diary and fell in love with her honesty, who protected her through death threats and media scrutiny, who bought her a Ferrari and named it something ridiculous. The man she's been in love with for 9 months. The man who's asking her to take the biggest leap of trust she's ever taken. Okay, she says. Okay? I'll give up my apartment. Move in properly. All in, no backup plans. Jae-sung's smile could light the entire city. He lifts her up. We're spinning her around on the rooftop until she's dizzy with laughter. You won't regret it, he promises. I better not. I'm giving up a rent-controlled apartment in Seoul. Do you know how rare those are? I'll make it worth it. You better. He sets her down, kisses her properly. And Isabella thinks about all the ways her life has changed in 9 months. She came to Seoul as a broke curator with student debt and impossible dreams. Now she's curating groundbreaking exhibitions, living with the love of her life, driving a Ferrari named Diary. And somehow, impossibly, it all started because she forgot to take her journal home one night. Best mistake she ever made. And that's where we'll leave Isabella and Jae-sung, living together, building a life, creating art and love and a future that once seemed impossible. But they made it work. Through death threats and media scrutiny and family drama and all the complications that come with loving someone from a different world. They chose each other. And sometimes, that's all that matters. If you enjoyed this story, hit that like button, share it with someone who loves a good romance, and subscribe so you never miss the next one. Drop a comment telling me, what was your favourite moment? Would you have stayed or run? And what would you name your Ferrari? Thanks for watching this 2-part journey, beautiful people. Until next time.